First known as the Meadowlands, EA Sports welcomes you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. A throw on the first play from Rodgers. He's got the hookup to Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They give to Hall. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Another run here with Hall. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Starting to see it back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. Gesicki, the man in motion. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Rodgers, RPO, quickly out to Wilson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
They'll try to run for it with Hall. He's down right at the 40, but that is good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. On 1st down, they go right back to Hall. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They put Wilson in motion. Rodgers to throw. He'll get this out to the left flat. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
They put Wilson in motion. On 3rd down, Rodgers. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. Looking for room out on the edge. You're not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. It's caught. That's Deontay Johnson. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
They'll run here. The former Canadian track star, Chuba Hubbard, will take it. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. That's Leggett. Call it a gain of 13. It's a Carolina first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Mosley.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They put Wilson in motion. The master of play action, Rodgers. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. J.C. Horn that time with the good coverage. And he knocks it away.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
He will not be able to get to the edge. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked by the rookie out of Penn State. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream, a pick 6 for touchdown. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception, and now Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick 6.
And Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it a 2nd interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick 6.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Here comes a return from the 5. We'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Right back to the air following that pick six. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
That's a throw that's going to make them cringe on Monday, Mike, in the film room. At this level, quick hitters, those quick, easy passes, those should be borderline automatic. But it was anything but this time around.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive begins with a run, and it's hauled. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, Rodgers. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. First and 10. a run with Brooks to begin this drive. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take them down in the backfield for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. They'll throw out of the gun. Open man downfield is Lee Gett. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Mike, you know what we used to call those plays? No, 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 yes. Because that's exactly what was going through the mind of the coach on the sideline when the quarterback decided to throw that ball into really tight coverage.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Catch made right side. It's Johnson. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 21. It's a Carolina first down. On first and 10, here's Brooks. Not much room to speak of. He'll take this to the 11. Here's a second and 9. They'll look to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Third down and 9. He'll look to throw. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Panthers. It's his third touchdown on the year. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. More from MetLife Stadium after this. Here's 2nd and 2. A run here with Hall. He will get this to the 35, a little short of the first down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll go again with Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Fuller.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, they go with Brooks. And he'll lean forward, getting this to about the 35. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. Here's 2nd and 6. Now, faking the give. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Carry now for Brooks. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it to the outside. Catch made by London. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Give inside, it's Brooks. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Another try with Brooks. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Here's Eddie Pinheiro now, as the Panthers will try the field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Pinheiro's kick is good. And the Panthers will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. And And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, Rodgers to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On play action, Rodgers. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Williams in motion. 3rd and long for Rodgers. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. How about that play off the call sheet to convert 3rd and 18 for a 1st down?
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Rodgers on 1st down. He'll go left side here and complete this one.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Second and a yard. Rodgers. Quick throw, taken in, and it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And the Jets are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. Go with their fullback trying to get it. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Jets. They're out there to block most of the time, but Greg, great reward for the fullback to carry it in for the touchdown.
Not every team in the league even carries a fullback, but man, if you have one on your roster, Mike, not many better places to use him than down here on the goal line.
The extra point is good. And the Jets are on top. It's 14-10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. He'll drop to throw. That one taken in right side by Leggett.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it with Brooks. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From out of the gun, he'll throw. For the sideline, he's got London.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's a 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's Brooks. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. Here comes 3rd and 6. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Jonathan Mingo, the intended target. And it's going to be 4th down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Just what the punter's hoping to do. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rob. Taken in by Gesicki. And he's going to be taken down up around the 24-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
First down for Aaron. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, he coughs up the football. And it looked like one of the Jets was able to get in there and secure it, and they did, so they keep the ball.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. Breece Hall. He's to midfield. Inside the 20. And he is gone. 89 yards. Touchdown, Jets. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. First and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Javon Kinlaw, the former Niner, in there to bring him down.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Jets have got it. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it, and that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it first and goal. They'll run. It's Hall. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on first and goal. Second and goal. It's the quarterback with a sneak. Looking for that crease inside, and that did not break the plane. No doubt about it. They are going to mark him short.
This offense is finding out the hard way, Mike. There is just not a lot of room to operate against this defense down near the goal line.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's third and goal. He'll try to run with Hall. He slams it in there, and he is in. Breece Hall, touchdown, New York. That his second touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
The extra point, up and good. And the Jets add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. He fields it at the 8. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drive. This one, deep downfield for Mingo. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. He'll push forward for about a yard. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man downfield is Leggett. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Here's a handoff to Hubbard. It's a short pickup, taking this to the 49. Quincy Williams in there for the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. Another run here with Hubbard. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. Back to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. Deontay Johnson, the intended target there, and it'll be second down.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That into the hands of Hubbard.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Throwing now from the gun. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field so everything is not a forced ball into these tight windows. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. They'll try to run with their fullback. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. In trouble, and down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers. Now a shot here, deep middle. He's got it. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
This is pretty high-level quarterback play right here. He knew before the snap, all he had to do was manipulate one defender with his eyes, and once he bit, ball comes out, on the money, big pickup.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They will run it over center with Hall. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Another run here with Hall. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal. He's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Ball sitting at the 7, 1st and goal. From the gun, Rodgers. He pulls it in around the 5.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
The ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal. On the give, it's Hall. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line.
The idea here on 2nd down is in the event you're unable to score, at least put yourself in a 3rd and manageable goal-to-go situation. But now after taking a loss, it really changes their approach here, and I think on 3rd and goal now, they got to put this ball in the air.
So backed up now to the 8-yard line. It's 3rd and goal. Williams in motion. 3rd and goal for Aaron Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
That one is good. And the Jets will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Now return coming from the 7. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That one taken in by London. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike, but listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
They'll run it. It's out of the gun, and it's Hubbard. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. They face 2nd down and 7. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
Now, faking the give. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. Down inside the 10. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
That 1st and goal sack now changes everything defensively, Mike. You imagine that you're in a 4-down territory where the offense is going to try to take advantage of the field position and punch it in over the goal line. Now, can you hold up on 2nd and 3rd down and come away with forcing a field goal, which in this situation, I think is a huge win.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try here on 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
It's hard to imagine where this offense found themselves just 2 plays earlier. Now after suffering 2 sacks, this 3rd and goal looks a heck of a lot different than it did not too long ago.
Back-to-back sacks back them up. What's going to happen now on 3rd and goal? And that is incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
The offense will stay out there, but they've got some yards to pick up. 4th down and goal. They'll send him over to the left. Play clock nearly expires as they set up to throw. And this will pay off. It is caught. Deontay Johnson. Touchdown, Carolina.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. And that one incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the pistol, Rodgers to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This a must stop for this defense, facing 3rd and long. You have a tight end motioning left here. Third and long for Rodgers. On now comes the punt team for the Jets, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. First and 10 now from the 36. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll try again. It's second and 10. To the left side in the hands of London. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll look to throw yet again. That's caught right side. It's London. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On the give, it's Hubbard. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Here's third and 2. Back to throw. He's got his man complete to Johnson.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
A give up the middle, it's Hubbard. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Hall. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. First and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
A quick throw here, going to be taken by London. They need one right now. 3rd and long. That one taken in, right side by Legette. It'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the... So it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Punting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Second and 11. From the gun, Rodgers. That's to the running back, Breece Hall. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Give up the middle with Hall. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Anytime you run a draw, you're hoping the linebacker reads pass and starts dropping into his pass coverage. That's what creates space for your running back to get going. Well, not this time. The linebacker saw it from the jump. He's able to penetrate in the backfield and take the runner down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Shotgun snap and a give to Hall. On comes the punt team now for the Jets, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. The unmistakable New York skyline to the east. And we are across the river on the Jersey side at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. Three plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Brooks. And he's going to have a Panthers first down and more. It'll wind up a gain of 5 on 4th and 2.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
Here's 1st and 10. Man in motion, heading left. A quick throw, that's Leggett on the RPO. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. That one taken in by London. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. He'll look London's way again. This complete again. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their 2nd.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. Back to the air one more time.
under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll throw out of the gun. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. 3rd down coming up.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
They'll try to run for it with Hubbard. The defense all over that. Met him in the backfield, stopped in his tracks, and it sets up 4th down.
That's a great job defensively. The goal of every defense in the NFL is to accomplish one of 2 things. Turnovers, force field goals. In this case, the big 3rd down stop is most likely going to lead to the latter. Really nice job there in the red zone.
They'll look to throw. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch, stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Hit by the rookie out of Penn State.
So you